Hello Internet! Today I'm going to be discussing scars. I don't know about you guys, but whenever somebody has a scar, I feel like I really need to know the backstory. Not that I need to know, but I feel like the backstories are always a lot more interesting than the scar itself. So I'm going to tell you about my scars, because I have a lot, because I'm an extremely clumsy person. The first scar I'm going to tell you about is actually on my forehead, and it's actually a dent, and my bangs cover it up just wonderfully. So as a little child, I was very eager to play in like pools, like sprinklers, anything that had to do with water, I was down. At my daycare, every Friday we would have sprinkler days, and there was a little field behind the daycare building, and in order to get to that field where the sprinklers were, there were tables like in between. Like there's this path and it led to like tables, and then the path went from the tables to the field. You had to follow the path around the tables into the field. I did not get the whole around the table kind of thing, and at the age of 4 years old I was extremely small, and our tables were made out of metal. I think you can tell where this is going. It's not going anywhere good, considering it left a nice dent in my forehead. So 4-year-old me was extremely excited to go into the sprinklers and bypassed the whole around the table thing and went straight into the corner of the table. It was covered in rubber, but the rubber didn't do anything for me. Now there is a dent in the middle of my forehead. So the next scar that I'm going to tell you about is on my shin. There is a nice scar in the middle of my shin, like literally smack dab in the middle of my shin. Probably like 10 or 11 when this happened, and I wouldn't say that I was much of an adventurous child, but when the opportunity showed itself, I took it. We had just moved into this new house, and there are concrete steps leading up to the front door. And right next to these concrete steps, there's this like little gardenish area. It's like there's dirt and there's flowers and stones. So there's probably like a 2-foot gap from like the start of the garden to the start of like the side of the step. Being the genius 10-year-old that I was, I decided, hey, let's jump from the driveway to the top concrete step. Needless to say, I did not make it. I fell, scraped my entire shin, so there's that. But it's all in good fun, right? No, not at all. So the next scar that I have is on my hand, but this one has a very interesting backstory. So when I was about like 2 or 3 years old, I had no idea how the world worked. No 2 or 3-year-old does at that point in time. So I was outside playing, and this is what I was just told because I don't remember being 2 or 3 years old. I stumbled across a nest of sorts. It was a bee's nest. Being the inquisitive little 2/3-year-old I was, I decided to check it out. I don't think that the bees liked it all that much. They proceeded to leave their nest and attack the hell out of me. I have seen pictures of like what happened afterwards, and it looks like I have chickenpox. But I've never had chickenpox in my entire life, but I have been attacked by bees. But at least I can say that I've been attacked by bees if you consider that an accomplishment. So I'm a complete klutz. I'm extremely clumsy, and I have lots of scars to prove that fact. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful video. Feel free to catch me every Friday, occasional Tuesdays, and I will see you all later. Goodbye. It's not practical, okay? That sounds dirty. They were... I'm a really tragic person. Anyways, so the next scar... What's the word I'm looking for? Any hoodles. What am I doing with my life? A complete... Why do I do that? I don't know. Anyways, now that I'm talking to myself... What am I doing with my life? Jesus!